votes. Live broadcast from the election night in Israel. Brought to you by Arutz Sheva and the Orthodox Union in Israel. Shalom to Rabbi Dov Lipman of Yair Lapid's Yesh Atid party.
Shalom, Yoni.
So Yair Lapid's Yesh Atid party is for sure one of the more interesting parties this election. So first of all, tell us, what is Yesh Atid?
Yesh Atid is without a doubt the exciting development of the elections when people start analyzing the programs and plans and legislation proposed by each of the parties. Yair Lapid started the party 12 months ago, and one man, and he's built an incredible operation with 103 branches across the country, 15,000 volunteers who all believe in one message: Banu Lishanot. We've come to make change. Middle-class Israel, mainstream Israel, internal issues within Israel have not been addressed over many decades, and there's finally a party on the scene which is going to make that happen. Yesh Atid seeks to address 5 specific areas. Number 1, to create equality and national service so that there's no populations that are excluded from being part of society, from serving, and from joining the workforce. We are here to make an overhaul in education. Our education system is failing at the moment, and we have a plan for a complete overhaul, thinking out of the box. Many educators on the list involved in the party, and we want to legislate to totally change the way we do education in this country. Number 3 is housing reform so that young people, IDF veterans, those who work hard, can actually purchase and afford a home in Israel. Number 4 is we have a plan to reduce the costs of monthly utility bills, electricity, water, not by raising taxes, but by tackling the unions, by tackling the corporations, and giving the money back to us. And number 5, the issue of electoral reform, to raise the threshold from 2% to 6%, and also to change the government, reduce the number of ministries from the current number of 34 ministries and deputy ministers down to 18. Give the money that's there in the system already back to us. We have these 5 major issues that we seek to address, and along with that, it's a list of completely new members of Knesset, people who have not been involved in the Knesset before, people with serious backgrounds and experience in all kinds of realms: security, successful mayors, activists in various areas of life who have made the decision to come together with complete unity, religious, non-religious, Ethiopian, Russian, English-speaking, Sephardic, Ashkenazic, to work together to make things better in the country. And this is why Yesh Atid has been consistently polling in high numbers, and we even find as the elections are nearing that our numbers are rising, and I do believe that we're going to make the most impact in these elections.
And tell me please, Rabbi Lipman, how do you see the connection to the religious, the observant audience? Lapid included a few observant candidates in the party, in the list.
One of the most beautiful parts about Yesh Atid is the fact that it's not a religious party and it's not a secular party. Yair Lapid, who's a secular icon in Israel, made the incredible step and said, I'm reaching out to the religious community, and I want to work together with you. And he named Rav Shai Peron as the number 2 on the list, a prominent religious Zionist rabbi. He brought Dr. Eliza Levi onto the list, he brought me onto the list, and he said it's time for us to work together. I think the religious community is excited about this because I think people are starting to realize that just worrying about our own self-interest is not enough to help make Israel the great country it can be, but it's time for us to work together. Does that involve compromise? Sure it does. Compromise not in terms of my core beliefs or anyone's core beliefs, but compromise in terms of what is our government here for. It's here to serve the greater people of Israel, the greater Jewish people, and Yesh Atid really provides us with a future where we say we're going to work together completely with unity, and we all know that unity is the ultimate goal and the ultimate ideal. We're not a religious party which says, here, come, secular people, come be part of us in a religious party. That's outreach, that's beautiful, but that's not a Knesset party saying we're here to really work together, and that is the message which Yesh Atid brings. The religious people, in huge numbers, who are supporting Yesh Atid are the ones who understand the importance of that message.
So now tell me please, how do you feel with the sometimes anti-Haredi messages of your party?
not only does Yesh Atid not have an anti-Haredi message, I would venture to say it's the most pro-Haredi party that's running for Knesset. Why do I say that? Because a Haredi party which says everyone must be in Kollel, people can't go to work, we're not letting anybody out to go serve, is not serving the needs of the Haredi population. Our sages teach us that 1 out of a thousand can be the one who just studies Torah all day. Who's representing the other 999? So the Haredi parties that are pro-Haredi can say they're supporting and representing the one. The Yesh Atid can say we're really here for the other 999. There's a very prominent Haredi leader who obviously requested anonymity, but he told me that Yesh Atid is the best thing that can happen to the Haredi population, because finally people can be Haredi, upstanding Haredim, but have general studies, join the workforce, be part of the broader society, even influence the broader society. It's the best thing for the Haredim. Yair Lapid, who I've gotten to know very well, has nothing anti-Haredi or nothing anti-religious about him. This is for the betterment of Israel, and from my perspective, it certainly is to improve the Haredi community as well, and therefore I'm proud, as someone who views himself as Haredi in so many aspects of my life, to be part of Yesh Atid, and we are going to be the ones to ultimately save the Haredi population and make things far better for them.
And tell me, please, what do you feel, what do you believe, what do you hope will be the missions of Yesh Atid in the next Knesset?
Assuming that Yesh Atid wins a significant number of mandates, and all the polls indicate that we will, and we actually believe that we're on the rise and might have more than people are even imagining on election day, we believe that Prime Minister Netanyahu, who according to the polls will be forming the next government, will turn to us first to have a moderating voice in the government, and a voice which wants to actually get things done. And if that happens, we will absolutely put as part of our coalition deal equality, national service, our education reforms, electoral reform, housing reform, and reducing the cost of monthly living and the utility costs. That's for sure what we would want to see accomplished in the next Knesset. However, the red line that we're drawing in terms of joining a coalition is the issue of equality and national service. And if the Prime Minister is not willing to move forward with equality and national service, with our plan for Shirut Shaveh Kulam, then we absolutely will go to the opposition, will be a strong opposition. By the way, if that happens, the likelihood of the next Knesset lasting long is not so great, and we'll be coming back stronger from the opposition for the next elections, and we'll actually get involved on a ruling level in the government. So those are our orders of priorities, and we look forward to making things great. We're the one party that has real ideas for real legislation to make things better internally for all the people of Israel.
Rabbi Dov Lipman, Yesh Atid, thank you very much for joining us. Israel Votes, live broadcast from the election night in Israel, brought to you by Arutz Sheva and the Orthodox Union in Israel.